It might not be the message most people expect to hear from a former international Test cricketer, but Gavin Robertson is quite happy telling Australian kids that yes, you are allowed to fail. The fun in life is not always about coming first, he says, but about trying. And if you go into any experience with the right attitude, even if you come last, you can still learn a lot along the way.
It's about saying to them that it's okay to fail. In failing, you'll learn and take that ride, and you'll become a greater person. And it's really quite cool to fail. And I always sort of say that failure is worth 51% and success is worth 49%, because I think that I've learnt more from failure than I have success.
He even goes as far as to say that those who have it all their own way are at a disadvantage against those who have had some knocks. At least when it happens, they know they can cope.
I've met a couple of mates who have had pretty much the perfect run as they approach the age of 40, and I would debate if they have had the absolute fulfilment or the fulfilment that life can give you that I've had. So I'd urge kids by speaking to them that if failure comes, it's okay.
Dropped by the Australian team, unemployed and unexpectedly a young father, Gavin learned the hard way that life can take some unexpected turns. At one stage, when he was at his lowest point, he would even leave home each morning and spend the day in a park, rather than admit to his family that he was unemployed.
I think that lows came from other people's expectation of me, and that affected me. And look, I spent times struggling with parental issues. I was a young father, probably wasn't that good at it. I was learning on the run, and I suppose unemployment and being what you think is socially unacceptable and hiding away in a park for a ridiculous amount of days and weeks and months just to somewhat get perspective.
What he remembered, though, was the first lesson he learned in cricket, that just because you're on top one day doesn't mean you always will be, and just because you're down doesn't mean you can't turn things around again.
The thing about cricket is it teaches you a lot, and it teaches you that you can be a star one day. And I can remember school playground, I'd scored 100, and everyone wanted to know me in the school playground the next day. And on the Saturday, I got a duck in the morning and a duck in the afternoon comp. And on the Sunday representative game, I got another duck. And by the time I got back to Monday, I was a minnow, and everyone had known. So on the Friday, I'd scored 100 and I had 3 ducks in a row, and it taught me about the highs and lows. And, one day is a diamond and the other day is a stone.
Gavin now works in the corporate world and uses his personal time to do things he loves, like playing music with his band Six and Out and public speaking. Both, he says, are about connecting with people and getting a positive message across.
It's funny, the Six and Out band, which is basically myself, Brett Lee and Shane Lee and Brad McNamara and Richard Cheekwee. We've probably played over 200 gigs all around Australia, got to travel together, got to perform in front of some big crowds, and they've been exhilarating moments. But the other thing is that they create lifeline friendships, and they're the unexpected things. But music's the thing that connects people.
That same connection, he says, shines through at the Step to the Future forums.
Young people who would come up to us and would say things about their life and how Step to the Future had changed that, how they had felt that today was the most critical day in their life, and kids have often said that this is their way forward. They appreciated the honesty and the fact that it's okay to fail. But when kids turn it around and kids come back to you and say, wow, I see a way I can make the next day better, it's totally why I'm involved. Totally.
Watching a student find new direction in life, he says, is a high in life that more than makes up for any lows.
Students gain so much from coming to Step. I'm sure there's a percentage that come because they want to be a better person. There's a percentage that are inquisitive. There's a percentage that want the day off school. And I think out of all those 33%, I'd reckon 99% leave thinking, wow, I can really make a go of this.
The bottom of the birdcage ain't that bad. And once you know it's not that bad, you're not scared of it anymore. And it gives you this power to go forward and be whatever you basically want to.